Needless to say, when I began my career in diplomatic security intelligence, I always kept in my mind who was watching me, who was reading my body language, and whether I was expressing myself without causing or attracting the interest of third parties, foreign intelligence agencies, etc. Then I discovered that the most corporations in the West, in reality have a little or no interest in protecting the most valuable commodity in business. What is that? Information. Each piece of information has a human source. We can rewire the human brain to produce more tangible intelligence, making it less demanding than any other method. I read an article recently and it says that ASIO warns foreign spies trying to recruit people via social media. It was published in November 17, 2020. Anthony Galloway, journalist, explains how foreign intelligence agencies are using LinkedIn to recruit informants. And my question for you is, are you a member of LinkedIn network? Do you have the profile? LinkedIn was likely introduced to most of you as just another social media platform to gain better credibility, visibility of us and our businesses. Hello, all of you risk takers and truth seekers. Welcome to the podcast Life the Battlefield, where we explore life's biggest challenges and victories. My name is Bekes, and I hold the Guinness World Record for the longest live audio broadcast. As well, I spent 1,800 consecutive combat days involved fighting for democracy and freedom. And my professional career includes working in military, security intelligence and diplomatic intelligence sector. As well, I'm the best-selling author and I have passion for podcasting. And in today's episode, yes, you guessed very well, in today's episode, we will discuss how LinkedIn is used as a platform to recruit informants and potentially those who are willing to sell secrets. So let's dive in. Julius Caesar has the expression, I love betrayals, I hate the traitors. When he will the victories, he will kill the traitors. But who are the people on LinkedIn? And what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a professional social networking site that connects people in the business world. Well, more or less. LinkedIn is a popular tool for job seekers. Anyone interested in taking a serious step towards finding new possibilities to enhance their profession, whether they are a student trying to explore future jobs opportunities or a business owner running a small local store, can benefit from using LinkedIn. As well, you can collaborate with the other experts through the networking. Well, that's what the LinkedIn it is in a nutshell. It resembles as a conventional networking event in that you got to meet other professionals, introduce yourself, and trade business card, maybe virtual. This social network, however, is ideal for spies and their operation. LinkedIn, without question, is a fantastic resource for a job searching networking research. However, the amount of private data users share on LinkedIn makes it perfect for both bizarre marketing campaigns and a state-sponsored spying. Identity theft and cryptocurrency hacking frequently employ fake accounts. For cyber criminals, LinkedIn doesn't score very high when it comes to frauds, defrauding individuals or framing them. People use Instagram, Telegram, and WhatsApp more frequently for those things. Nonetheless, a Chinese spy targeted thousands of British officials over a 5 years period via LinkedIn. Counterintelligence officials from various Western nations have been alerting people for years to beware of foreign agents using this business network as a recruiting tool. Before I continue, I just want to share something with you, what I said at the beginning. When I come in Australia, I was very, very surprised how many people and how openly talk about where they work, what the job it is, job description, the scope, the network, who are they connected, how they connected, and most importantly, was very easily to access their brain, because after a few drinks, the people happily talk. LinkedIn is nothing more, nothing less. Last 3 years, it is on steroids because of the lockdowns. People use the LinkedIn, dressed nicely above the waist, below in the shorts, drinking, eating, and pretending to run a business. However, LinkedIn has been explored by the intelligence agencies, regardless of what side of the world we're looking, east, west, north, south. But according to reports, Chinese spies are most active in this area. Most active. Using LinkedIn, it's to potentially recruit thousands of people at once. Why? Because they need to go far away. Western intelligence officials believe that using LinkedIn to quickly connect with their multiple targets at once and invite them to China under the pretense of a business trip. It's more effective than sending spies to the US to process each target one at a time and extract trade deals, intellectual property, research findings that can be profitably sold. Remember I told you what Julius Caesar says, I love betrayals, I hate the traitors. But in the world of intelligence, once upon a time, everybody was sending spies somewhere to recruit informants, to recruit new agents, and the list goes on. Today, you just use LinkedIn. Chinese perfected this. They say like, why we need to go somewhere and risk all this potential being observed by another foreign intelligence agency, the police, local law enforcement agencies being betrayed, and the list goes on. When we can do LinkedIn. And people love what? People love the money. And Western world, what loves, apart from money, love to show off who they are, what they do, and look at me on LinkedIn. Everybody is successful on LinkedIn. But those who are looking for the job, they previously worked somewhere, and they are happily providing that information, piece of information on LinkedIn. I'm ex-intelligence agent, I'm ex-intelligence agencies, I'm head of development, R&D, research and development, and list goes on. And of course, you attracting attention. That being said, counterintelligence officials from various Western nations have been alerting people for years, even Australia, to beware of foreign agents using this business network as a recruiting tool. And that's what the people understand. And how that starts? It starts with the fake profiles. So let's go elaborate this one a little bit more. According to reports, Chinese spies are the most active in this area, using LinkedIn to potentially recruit thousands of people at once. At once! Western intelligence officials believe that they're using LinkedIn to quickly connect with the multiple targets at once and invite them, of course, as I say, in China under the pretense of business trip. It's more effective than sending spies to the US, to search the targets and extract trade deals, intellectual property. For a period of 5 years, Chinese spy was active on LinkedIn. 5 years. Reaching out to scientists, politicians, and security officials in the United Kingdom in attempt to obtain what? Of course, confidential information that China can, will, and should use, would find valuable. Now, despite having open LinkedIn profiles under the following names, that was his name: Eric Chen Yixi, Robin Cao, Lincoln Lam, John Lee, and Eric Kim. Robin Zhang was the common name he used when he contacted victims. For his profile photos, he made up the names of the companies he worked for and then used the photographs he acquired from stock pages, because today you can purchase everything on the internet. His approach was to approach people he thought fascinating by sending them a friend request first, and then over time he would gradually develop relationship with them in order to earn their confidence. That's how things are done. That is a social engineering in a full scope. He would often then offer them substantial sums of money in exchange for specific information when they get close. As a result, he offered $10,000 to one recruiting consultant each time they provide information about potential intelligence service hires, while also offering other consultants free trips to China, speaking engagements and important conferences, and the other benefits. Western security services believe this to be one of the busiest spies operating against British interests. Would you agree? Chinese spies have previously made their operations on LinkedIn public. And they did. A few years back, a man came clean about using LinkedIn to find individuals from whom he could obtain critical information. So he comes out saying like, yes, I use a LinkedIn, and what are you going to do it? Acting on LinkedIn as well, North Korean hackers pretend to be hiring agencies for US defense contractors. Once they contacted the victims, they would send them dangerous files through private messaging. As far as I know, 2 European military companies lost their lives in that war. British security agencies are aware of the risk that China intelligence services are exploiting LinkedIn and other social media platforms to target their nationals. They express that Chinese spies target not only government workers but also businesses and their employees, scientists and members of the academic community. Before I continue, I want to put you this into context you can understand. The spies are not anymore guys like a 007. When you understand the most valuable commodity in business in a war is information, you want to acquire the information as least suspicious possible you can. So you don't send the people out of your country and then they're gonna do digging, or you're gonna send somebody or you're gonna invite somebody into your backyard and discuss with them on the best possible way as a pretext of the business about things they don't think they are sharing national secrets or national intelligence informations. Instead of this, they're doing business. Then comes the moment when they're offering the money. And of course, money is being offered after you already been giving information. For the last couple of years, we can see a lot of people come from China, from the North Korea, and other countries into Western society as students to get academic titles as PhDs, and of course they have access to a lot of valuable information. And what no government can stop is to somebody go back home. When they go home, they don't need to have the USB, they don't need to have the laptop, they have everything in their brain. And they slowly assembling the puzzle, because it's not that one person comes from, let's say, China to some foreign country. It comes 10, 20 people working in a similar projects in similar universities, similar companies on a similar project, and they bring information back home. That's how things are done. LinkedIn, it's just now the stepping stone. We can acquire people who use it to work in this environment. And people LinkedIn, they are not trained. Most of the companies that sell like in Western society are not trained. They don't invest time and money to train their key personnel in possible intelligence operations, human intelligence operations. That's what it is. And once when the money comes in the game, that person is cooked.
Some people just don't care about money. Please don't be silly. We're talking serious.
The British Ministry of Security vigorously combats such dangers and has initiated initiatives to alert residents about social media threats. As much as you try to alert your opponent, he's evolving the methods. They also combat such threats on LinkedIn, where they state that creating false profiles is violation of their terms of services and that they are always looking for evidence on harmful activity and actively trying to delete such phony profiles. That's what they say. Let's go talk now about Americans. We talk about British, let's go to Americans. There's an ex-CIA operative. LinkedIn experienced this issue, which became public after Kevin Mallory, a retired CIA agent, was charged in 2018 for attempting to spy for China. A Chinese national who claimed to be looking for new staff contacted Mallory, a fluent Mandarin speaker with financial problems, over LinkedIn. Angui, going by the name Richard Young, organized a phone call between Mallory and a man who claimed to work at Shanghai think tank. Do you understand how this works now? And not everything what you've been offered is like the opportunity for you to grow. It's for opportunity to you give information about something you don't even understand how valuable it is for the people sitting opposite you. So if someone invites you for let's go do the public speaking in Shanghai, for some think tank organization, you really think that you are just doing presentation, or you've been invited and everything's been orchestrated. On 2 more visits to that city, Mallory consented to offer US defense secrets. During travels to Shanghai in March and April 2017, Kevin Mallory sold sensitive US defense information to a Chinese intelligence agent for lousy $25,000. That means that this guy was having money issues. The Espionage Act found him guilty. In a message dated May 5th, 2017, he stated, "Your object is to gain information and my object is to be paid." After finding $16,500 in luggage, a US defense contractor faces accusation of spying for China. Speaking Mandarin fluently, the former US Army member had worked as a special agent for the State Department's Security Division and later joined the CIA as a clandestine case officer. Mallory is one of several high-level security-cleared US officials who were detained and charged with the unauthorized interactions with Chinese intelligence. Money. It's always money. I wrote this in my book. It's called the methodology MICE. Lies and bribes. Chinese intelligence agents try to entice them with bribes or fictitious business deals. According to US officials, there is a connection between assault in 2014 and 2015, which used data from the US agency that oversees public sector personnel and then targeting of Americans on LinkedIn. Subsequently, hackers obtained sensitive personal data from over 22 million Americans, including addresses, bank and medical records, work histories, and fingerprints. And I'm wondering why somebody calls me 2 o'clock in the morning, try to sell me solar panels. Of course, China rejected the accusations as absurd logic, even though the US continued to throw the finger at it. How can one avoid being picked up by being spied on LinkedIn? I'm gonna share this with you in this podcast. You need to understand techniques used by intelligence services in recruitment activities is essential to countering the threat posed by the LinkedIn network. There's 3 fundamental steps make up the recruitment process. Number 1 is to identify the target, you. Number 2, in different language, setting the trap. And number 3, relationship evaluation and reinforcements. Depending on the objective and the situation, these phases can be broken down into smaller steps and the process can vary greatly. There are the following steps in recruitment. Number 1, as I say, identifying the target. During this stage, intelligence officers compile a list of individuals with access to the needed data and categorize them based on the likelihood that they would be successful in obtaining. So they already know the things about you which you don't even know. Before the internet, intelligence services had followed certain procedures to obtain the identities of individuals working on a particular project, as I mentioned before, within corporation in order to identify target within that organization. They occasionally had to enlist the assistance of agents from the same company. All of this took a great deal of time and work, and if the operation was not completed properly, the target organization might begin to suspect something was wrong. However, when we talk about social media and today's age of social media, intelligence officers can quickly obtain a list of personnel and their job titles at a certain company or agency using LinkedIn. Literally, while social media platforms are a not guaranteed way for intelligence officers to get a list of everyone with access to a program or piece of technology, they do assist them in the preliminary investigations. Maybe I don't have access to information, but I'm somehow connected to somebody somewhere down the track. Intelligence officials can then add those who did not provide specific information on the LinkedIn accounts to a list of potential targets. Now we come to the part when we setting the trap. The intelligence officers, the next step would be to decide which approach and recruitment strategies would be most effective in winning over the people on the list of the possible targets. In this case, the LinkedIn network can be also helpful. Because this social network is meant for the business networking, members typically disclose enough information to build trust and recruit the chosen person. Those who regret their lack of employment or abilities or skills may be susceptible to financial indictment, where those are dissatisfied with their jobs may be receptive to hiring out of animosity. There are also people who post frequently. Remember this, and in effort to feed their curiosity and ego, they can give into the pressure to intelligence agencies. Now comes the part 3. Relationship evaluation and reinforcement. The agent recruiting process can go into a lot of different directions, depending on the ultimate objective. What is important? It's important to build rapport. Building rapport and trust with the target individuals is the ultimate aim of the development phase, which aims to enable the intelligence service to accomplish the intended objective. That's how this works. I've done this as well. Intelligence agencies frequently pose as a think tanks or academic institutions on LinkedIn to establish rapport with the target. And more you write things there on LinkedIn, it's easier to be established. They invite potential hires to visit, cover their travel expenses, present their computer research, and then they pay them for writing an article on a completely innocent subject. Remember this, innocent subject. When they reach the target nation, the intelligence service will continue to evaluate the individual's characteristics and build rapport with him or her in an attempt to enlist him or her as a spy. The intelligence community may put pressure on a target to reveal even more sensitive information after formal recruitment. Needless to say, based on my knowledge and expertise, I can state that the fundamental recruitment procedure is the same for all intelligence services. We all learn from each other. Use caution when using all social media platforms. Don't post too much personal information. Be mindful of who you chat to and how much about yourself you share. My grandfather, who was the second in charge of Communist Secret Police Yugoslavia, used it to say to me, less sell, more buy, meaning listen more and talk less. So guys, when you're using the LinkedIn, be careful what you're doing there. Don't become the asset in somebody else's hands. Thank you for watching, listening. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.